the PDF doctor thing which I mentioned about, in the launch date and within a couple of weeks, we actually translated the entire site into sort of 10 languages, starting from Portuguese, German, Spanish and Italian and all those things, right? So two things very important. One is the technical aspect of this, that how you are treating hreflang and all those parameters, right? A lot of it has been written on internet, right? But at the same time, what is important is that you have to understand that again the restructuring of the website piece comes into picture, right? So many of the time, what happens that lot of emphasis is there on English, right? There is a blog which is written in English, there is content which is written in English, right? And a very suboptimal sort of treatment has been given for for other languages, right? When you end up doing it, right, you basically signal it that your focus on the other languages is not that great, right? So when you are entering into a new geography, of course you start with the competitive research and the keyword analysis which we just talked about. But at the same time, make sure that in your own product structuring, you have not de-emphasized other languages. Take example of Amazon, right? Amazon.com in US, Amazon.co.in in India, right? And of course, they are one of the pioneers in in the SEO field also, right? If you think that from a user point of view, from a business point of view, it's a completely a standalone thing and it has no connection with the other geography, create a .jp thing, right? Ultimately, again, what I'm trying to say is that first think from the user point of view, right? And because ultimately, even if you create a .com for, let's say, Japan and India, and if there is no cross section, then you will not be able to take advantage a lot, right? The only thing which comes into picture is that sometimes people think that I already have a significant domain authority on .com website, right? Why should I lose that particular thing, right? And that's a very pertinent thing. So if you think that your focus on Japan is not going to be so deep that it deserves a separate website, then the best approach is that you create a different folder, or you create a /airmeet.com/jp as a approach, right? But if you think that there is no connection, right, between the Japanese experience and the Indian experience, from a content point of view, from a user point of view, from a journey point of view, then it's better to create different domain altogether. It will hit you. It will sort of how do I say it? It will not give you growth initially, but for the long term, it will be a better approach, right? Because you are not confusing Google with two unrelated things clubbing together, right? But then if you think that it's just the same platform in a different language and many things are interconnected, then better go for .com/jp sort of a structure, right? For example, I again take example of pdfdoctor.com, right? When we created it, we had the approach that if we are going into, let's say, Spanish or Italian language, should we create a different domain altogether, or should we go with the directory sort of treatment? We found that the tool is same, right? It's just that the content, the language description is changing in a different language, a different thing. So then we think that, then we realize that the heart and soul is actually intact and everything is just language change. Then we should keep the same site and then create a different directory structure, so that people landing from Japan, they get the Japanese content.